How's it going, everybody? Today I will be going over the Imperial CAD system for law enforcement and crossbench roleplay. It's a very simple system. I'm going to teach you all the little tips and tricks that I've learned throughout my time using the CAD. First off, this is the community hub. So from here, if you're law enforcement, you're going to go ahead and click the law enforcement. From here, you're going to have these two, which you will not be able to type in, and then you'll have call sign. As you can see, mine's already pre-filled. You'll just have to click the box and then input your call sign from there. Once you have done that, you can go and click out of that box. You'll hit the department and then you'll select the designated department that you're currently on patrol with. From here, you're going to hit the login. Once you are logged in, you're going to hit the on duty, off duty button. That's going to be able to make you go available, busy, unavailable, report, admin, and training. These tabs up here. Make sure if you're on a call and or you're doing a report, something like that, that you mark your status. That way, if we do have dispatchers on, they'll be able to see what status you're currently in and kind of what you're doing. From here, you have the 911 system. So as you can see, this will pop up the 911s. It tells you like which call number, the nature of the call, as this one is a 911 call, the location, which is 283 East Joshua Road, what city it's in, so Sandy Shores, the county would be Blaine County, priority status, which is a priority 2 call, and then the status of the call, which this one's currently pending until a unit attaches to it. From here, you'll be able to see units that are attached. As you can see, there's no units attached to this currently. So if I click on the call, you'll be able to see what's going on. So people fish on that thingy and they have guns. I'm scared. Very simple call. From here, you're going to hit assign self. You'll see this call number right here. Right here is going to have a list of the different calls that are currently pending or active. From here, you're going to click the call number that you want to be attached to. And then from here, all you'll do is hit attach.
Your attached call has been updated.
You will hear the attached call has been updated. And this is just pretty much saying that you've been attached to a new call. If you are the primary unit, I highly advise that you make this your call by hitting the My Call button up here. That pretty much just makes you able to make it your call, making you primary on the call itself. From here, say you want to add notes, stuff like that, you're able to type that here. Once you have done that, you're able to just hit enter. It's going to pop it up. So if I go test and hit my enter button, it pops up a new note right here. You also have the caller information. So from here, you have the caller who called it in. You have the address. Sometimes they'll put a postal, sometimes they'll put a full address. And then you'll have the phone number in which you can contact them. As of right now, we don't have phones in city, but if that does change, the phone number will pop up right here. You can also click the details. As it says right here, occurred between 15:43:36, 10:27:2025. So that's when the call possibly happened. And then date reported, which should be the same as the occurred between. And then unit reporting, as it says 911 caller, means a civilian has called it in. And then it just gives you the basic information, city, county, what kind of agency, which is currently 911, which would be our dispatch, and then the priority of the call. It also has cross streets and stuff like that, which would be East Joshua Road. It does update automatically whenever you do that. And then if you hit the state returns up here, if we do have dispatch on and dispatch runs a name for you, it will be attached to your call under the state returns tab. We currently don't have any dispatch at this moment. Once that is fully up and running, we have an active dispatch, you'll be able to see the state returns on any subject you may run. As we continue, there is a address history tab. So say there's domestic stuff like that, you'll be able to see the different kinds of calls that have happened at that address prior to what has happened on that singular call that you've been attached to. That is the most simple way to explain how to attach yourself to a call and all the different details within the call itself. Once you are done with the call, all you'll do is hit status closed right here, and then from there it updates the status. And then once the status is updated, you'll hit the complete,
You've
close.
been detached from your assigned call.
It should say closed call right here, and then all you'll do is hit the CAD, and it's been taken off of the call list. From here, say we don't have dispatch on and you have to go on your own suspects or individuals, all you'll simply do is type their name. So first, you don't have to put a middle, and then last. And then from here, you can hit search. This. So this is what the lookup system looks like. From here, you'll be able to see his incident reports. If he has his driver's license, so I have a fishing, boating, hunting, along with a Class A and a driver's license commercial status as well. You also have the normal driver's license, which I have a Class F. Its status is active. Any additional information would be here. So if I owned a business, instead of saying none, it'll say the business name and or associated businesses. And then it just tells you the basic information. So like you have the residence, the city, the county, and the state. And then you have the information of how to describe that person as well right here. As you can see, I do have a history. So if I hit the history right here, I have an incident report. If I hit view, this is what the incident reports look like. This was, I don't know how long ago. This was actually a test for how our reports should look like. If you're in BCSO, I do expect your reports to be looking like this due to the fact of how I want our reports to look like. This is a CIU report. This is not a general. Uh, this is not a general patrol report. As you can see, I just hit the view button and I'm able to view that record that I have right here. I also have an alert right here saying I am currently followed. It's a black two-door sports car with a wing red tire smoke. This was a test that I put on myself, so all I have to do to clear this would be to go to alerts, which is right here. Hit the below, which is right here. As you can see, person is involved, which is my character. And then all you do is hit close. That's how you can see all the different alerts and stuff like that. Once that below suspect has been cleared, has been arrested, or anything like that, you'll just hit the X right here, and it automatically clears the alerts from the CAD system. That way, this will no longer pop up whenever you search up per se my name, anything like that. If you hit the history tab here, it just brings up your history of all the people that you've ran prior to logging on duty. Doesn't matter if it's that day or not. And then you also have your saved. I currently don't have anybody saved, so pretty simple like that. For messaging, if you hit new group, you'll have all of these different units like this. So if I wanted to go to 2 Item 1, which is our sheriff currently for BCSO, hit create. You are able to message any unit that is currently, I believe, within your department and other departments using this. So if I do test, he will be getting a message and it'll look like this. As far as him responding, you'll just have to make sure to tell the unit that you are currently trying to message through the CAD on whether or not they need to check their CAD messages. That is how you run and search people's name. As you can see right here, it says returns. I'm currently in the returns tab. So if I click the returns, it's not going to do anything because I'm already in the returns tab. From here, we're going to go to call history. This will give you all the different calls that's happened throughout the county. Doesn't matter what kind of call it was, anything like that. Any call that's happened within the county that has not been deleted by admins and above, they will be popped up right here. You're able to click like the one I just closed, and you're able to reopen the call if that call is not closed or is still having a pending investigation. From here, we're going to hit the live map. This is going to pull this right up. The live map currently is not working. The developers are currently working on getting a fix for that as of right now. If you have any questions when the live map does come out, feel free to shoot me a DM. It's going to be David Geiger and the Crosswinds Roleplay main Discord server. From here, you have a little notepad that you can write notes when you're possibly questioning a suspect, doing an interview, anything of that sort. If you have a crime scene, so on and so forth. You're able to type notes through here. The notes will save. You don't have to worry about anything as far as that goes. We'll also go ahead and create a call. So say you wanted to do a traffic stop. All you'll do is look for the call through here. I do not currently have all of them inputted yet. So if I just did a traffic accident for now, you'll click traffic accident, status is active, priority 1, because that's a minor traffic accident. If it's a severe traffic accident involving injuries, you'll put it up to a priority 3. From here, you'll put the postal, the address, the city that it's in, the county, and the state. State is already pre-filled because we're going off state of San Andreas. As for the vehicle, you're able to input the vehicle plate, color, make, model. That way it automatically generates in the CAD that's the vehicle you either have a traffic stop, traffic accident, so on and so forth with. From here, you'll just hit create call. Say I'm in Blaine County, Sandy Shores, hit the create button. From here, you'll see the CAD, you'll see traffic accident right here. And then you'll just have to manually input all the details yourself if you're currently doing that.
You've been detached from your assigned call.
Go back to the normal CAD. As you can see, it's cleared out. From here, if you had to assist any other units, you're able to do that. If the unit's on a call, you're able to see that, click their name, hit assist, and from there, that's how you can self-attach to somebody else's call, say it's a traffic stop, so on and so forth. From here, we're going to be going over the forms. The forms have been a little tricky for some people. As you can see, I have a citation currently open. I'm just going to go ahead and disregard this one because it is no longer needed. From here, you have your quick access. So you have your written warnings, citations, arrest, admin data, contact data form, use of force. As you guys should all know, written warnings, citation, and arrest. As for everything down here, the admin receipt, that one's going to be an admin sheet for what's happened on the scene or if you made contact, stuff like that. It just kind of depends on the situation. For contact data form, that one's going to be for if you made contact with any kind of individuals on a traffic stop and a domestic, stuff like that. As you can see right here, it's a very, very simple form. All you do is hit import return. Say I use myself again. It's going to automatically input that. Say if it's on a traffic stop, you're able to do that. Import return. And I have a traffic stop. Oh, I have a plate, which is right here. 7 Sting. It's not my vehicle, but I'm using for the demonstration purposes. For here, you will create a random report number. If you were doing a report with a different agency, make sure to have a general easy report number. That way you can just copy, paste it, and give it to that. When you're doing any kind of report, make sure you put the accurate postal and the location of when you made contact with that person. From here, you're able to do any additional notes that you may have on that individual. As you come through here, you'll hit Save Contact. From here, you're going to hit Save and Validate. This is going to go through a validations check. As you can see, I did not put a narrative and I did not do a location. If you are getting these errors, that means you need to fix it before you submit it. By doing that, all you do is hit Edit Report, you'll add a location, and as for me, it wants a narrative. Since this is a training video, I'm not going to go ahead and do that. I'm just going to go ahead and exit this. Say you no longer needing that form, just hit the X at the top. Automatically clears it out of your open forms. For the admin sheet, as you can see, this is a admin sheet for trying to get your, how do I put it, consent to search and your Miranda rights. A lot of people understand as section 2 here says probable cause statement. Just read these, whichever one applies, and then the summary of the arrest, you'll just put whatever you put for the arrest report and the summary of arrest as well. For the implied consent right here, just make sure to read the following here. If it follows you, then it does, and then you're able to do, say it's a DUI, you do a breath test, and then you're able to input 0.00 and then fill out the information as needed. As you have section 6 here, which is to be read to the driver, this is an implied consent form for whenever you do a DUI test, such as a breathalyzer or the field sobriety test. From here, you'll just go through this sheet. As you're reading the sheet, you'll go through, just do the simple drop down boxes, and it will pretty much automatically fill these out for you. And then all you have to do is put the arrestees' comments. If they have any questions, comments, concerns, that's where you'll put it. And then additional comments if you have any, stuff like that. For here, you'll actually have to use your mouse, sign, and then you'll just hit Save Notice, Save and Validate. And then once it's saved and validated, as I'll show you here, you'll just hit Submit. From there, it's going to be submitted to a supervisor. From here, we'll also go over the use of force report. This is a very easy report to fill out. A lot of these are going to be drop downs, or it's going to be little check boxes. The only thing you'll actually have to type out is the narrative and the location right up here. So type of incident, as you can see, you have all the different incidents like arrest, traffic stop, pursuits, so on and so forth. From here, was use of force effective the arrest? If it was, put yes. If it wasn't, put no. Total number of suspects, just enter the number of suspects. Total number of officers, just input how many were on scene. And then for the officer information, if you were injured, you'll put yes. Injury details, if you got a GSW, a scrape on your knee, whatever it may be, you'll put those here. And then medical attention received, whether or not you got transported by county med or if you got transported via LEO to the county hospital. As you can see, my subject information has already been inputted because I did the input return earlier. From here, was the suspect injured? Put the details of the injury. Was medical aid rendered? You'll put whatever happened. From here, you have additional information. So these are the types of force used throughout the interaction. Every single time you deploy your taser, firearm, or anything like that, verbal commands needs to be checked because that is a part of your use of force. As far as handcuffing, if they're got a weapon, anything like that combative, they should be in cuffs by the end of it. And then whether or not you use your firearm, baton, restraint devices such as flexi cuffs, stuff like that. And then empty hand control. This one is your light, how do I put it? It's going to be like your hands on, but the easy hands on. And then your takedown is going to be your hands on, more aggressive. And then from here, you have your OC, less lethal impact. That's going to be like a beanbag, canine, vehicle ram if you pitted a vehicle, taser, firearm displayed, which is you pointing your firearm at somebody, pressure points, and or grappling deployment. Down here, you have the reasons of why he or she may be running from you, and you had to use the use of force. So, inmate non-compliant, high-risk traffic stops, so on and so forth. And then for the narrative, just simply explain what happened throughout that scene. Once you're there, you're going to go ahead and hit save report, save and validate, and then submit. If it gives you any errors, please make sure to fix all those errors within the box that pops up. As far as all the forms total, I'm not gonna go over every single one. I'm gonna go over and explain what each one of them are and how you should be using the reports. Written warnings: if you're not giving a verbal and you're not giving a citation, you need to be doing a written warning for any kind of traffic violation, so on and so forth. Citation, you guys should all know what that is. Arrest, same with that. For incident reports, if you have to pit domestics, anything like that, an incident happened while you were on shift, it needs to go into an incident report, fill out the current all the information that applies to you, submit it, and supervisor will approve it. For search warrants and arrest warrants, search warrants will only be used if you're trying to get uh, a judge to sign off on searching a vehicle, a house, or anything like that. You'll just hit the search warrant. Make sure you have probable cause. Reasonable suspicion will not apply to a search warrant or an arrest warrant. It has to be probable cause, has to have proof that they are currently in possession of something that may be harmful to the public or harmful to themselves. For an arrest warrant, say they ran from you, you put a bolo, it's also going to be considered an arrest warrant on the CAD system. That's simply stating that they have an arrest warrant out for fleeing, evading, or any other charge that they may have gotten. Make sure to put the arrest warrant out. If you have the plate, the driver's name, and or any information about the driver, you need to put it into an arrest report. For a crash report, I'm going to go over this because I've had questions about it. This is very simple. You'll import two returns. Whenever you import both the returns, it's going to pop up as traffic unit 1, traffic unit 2. So as you can see, this is my current character. If I want to import another one, you'll hit traffic unit 2 here, and then all you'll do is Blake Stone Rivers or John Doe here, and then you are also able to import vehicle plates. So if I wanted to go Too Fast for You for the first one, and then go Sting for the second, it automatically inputs the plate and the driver information on both traffic unit 1 and traffic unit 2. You need to ask a series of questions on whether or not they were wearing their seatbelt, the approximate speed that they were going, the number of lane that they were in, how many vehicles were involved will go in the narrative. If the vehicle was towed, and the vehicle condition, we are not allowed to total out a vehicle. We are only allowed to examine minor damage, moderate damage, severe damage, or disabling damage, burned or fire damage, rollover, or unknown. You are not allowed to total out a vehicle, and you are not allowed to do flood damage. We are not mechanics. We do not know that much about vehicles. From here, you have a little diagram you can draw in. Yes, it's like preschool. You use your mouse, you draw a road, you draw your lines, mark in the center, and then you just make little shapes and shit for the vehicles, stop signs, so on and so forth. And your collision summary, you will be needing a key on what the symbols or stuff like that in your drawing is, and then from there you will write out what happened throughout the crash report. If there's any questions on how to do the crash reports, feel free to contact me via DMs in the Discord. We've already went over the admin sheet. Tow sheets are pretty simple. If you tow a vehicle, you need to inventory it, make sure there's no weapons, bombs, drugs, shit like that inside the vehicle. And then you'll also need to put down the plate, and then if it's county tow taking the vehicle, you'll put county tow. If it's an actual tow company, you'll put the tow company name, driver information, stuff like that. If you have a scene where somebody is requesting them to be trespassed off their property, this is what a trespass form is for. Very self-explanatory. Input the information, same way as any other report. Explain what happened, do a narrative, input the owner of the property is requesting for them not to be on their property anymore. As simple as that. Commercial vehicle, pretty self-explanatory. It's not that hard. All you do is input the returns, and then just go through this with the driver, enter a narrative, same as all the other save report, and continue on. For a DUI report, this is pretty simple. Just enter a report number. You'll ask them this series of questions, input your information that you already have, input the weather conditions, traffic conditions, surface type, whether or not it's dry, wet, snow covered, whatever it may be. From here, you'll do the horizontal gaze or the HDN. Some units may not be certified, some may be. You'll just enter how they turned out. If they passed it, flying colors, you will not put anything here. As you just heard that sound over my CAD, that was the panic button for the CAD. If you hear that, some unit has gone down. So if I go to the law enforcement, as you can see, 2 Alpha 1 has been down at 3037 Panorama Drive. That is how you're able to see the unit location or any kind of panic button like that. From here, same thing. If they pass it, you don't have to do anything. If they pass it, you don't have to do anything. Make sure to add notes. So I had a driver the other day who he was from Louisiana, couldn't speak very well because he was never went to school, stuff like that. Make sure to input that if it's an issue or a known issue that he may have. For a supplement report, this is pretty self-explanatory. This is you covering your job. You need to do these anytime you did not add something to a incident report or a admin sheet. You can add on to it here and then just put a narrative, stuff like that. You can also use this report for questioning at different departments. So say I'm on a traffic stop with LSPD, he's seen him do something as well. You can add it into a supplement report, input that, and it'll still be on his record as well. For missing persons, this is a very simple report as well. All you'll pretty much do is report number, location, postal, type of missing person, and then from here you'll put the reporting party of whoever is reporting the person missing, the vehicle information, if they're driving in a vehicle or not, and the investigative notes. You'll pretty much just ask the questions and then input them into your. Make sure to get a description of what they're wearing, what they're driving, anything like that. Put that in additional notes. That way you're able to give that to other units. And then finally, we have the property damage report. This is a very simple report as well. Report number, postal location, type of property. So you got private, commercial, government, public roadway, so on and so forth. And then cause of damage, so like vehicle impact, whatever it may be. From here, you have the property description, if it was damaged and what was damaged, description of the damage. So somebody hit a mailbox. Mailbox been hit by a car, completely destroyed, and then put that in the narrative as well. If there's any questions about any of these reports, feel free to reach out to me. It's 2 Alpha 2 Under Sheriff David Geiger. From here, I'm going to go over the supervisor part. If this part does not apply to you, just let me know.